Hey everyone, how are you? This is Jeanette from Boricua Sewn and Crafts. And hey Renee, Norma, hey Miss Magic, hey Sarah, hey Tracy. Happy Friday, happy embroidery happy hour, guys. And I got my water because today kind of drank a lot, I had lunch with my girlfriend. We went to the club. I had 2 Sex on the Beaches. Then I had a light dinner with my husband, and I had 2 martinis. So for now, I'm having water. And I don't know if they were pretty cheap with the liquors that I bought, but I don't feel a buzz. So either I'm, getting used to all this drinking and stuff. I don't know. Whatever. But today I am going to touch base on stabilizers, okay? Someone had left a comment that, hey, Leslie, hey, Mary Beth, someone had left a comment saying, hey, can you do a video on stabilizer? So I was like, you know what? That's a good video to do because, there is just so many different types of stabilizers out there. Okay. I mean, they have the different weights. They have, heavy, medium, and light. Then you have the sticky. Then you have the no-show mesh. And then you have cutaway. Then you have tearaway. So, it can easily get very, very confusing when it comes to embroidery. Okay. So I'm going to try to do the 101 on stabilizer. Okay. So what is stabilizer? Okay. Stabilizer, of course, is very, very essential when it comes to machine embroidery. And what it does, it actually provides support to the fabric that you are sewing on. Now, when you are doing embroidery, what you are doing is you are punching a lot of stitches. And we're not talking hundreds of stitches. We're talking thousands, depending on the design that you are putting on that fabric. Now, not all fabric is the same. We have different types of fabric, okay, to confuse things even more, okay? You have stretchy fabric, you have thin fabric, you have thick fabric. You have fabric like terry cloth that people use for towels. Then you have polyester, you have cotton. There's just so many, right? So there's so many things that you have to think about when you are trying to select what is the right stabilizer for what you are trying to do, okay? Now, there is something that I'm going to tell you, okay? Not everything needs to be embroidered. You are going to come across times when folks come to you and say, I have this design and I want you to embroider it on a particular fabric, okay? And sometimes you can try to do it, but it may not come out the best because you have to remember to, when you're picking your stabilizer and you're looking at your fabric, you also have to look at the design. How the embroidery design is made, okay, tells you a lot. For instance, you hear some people say, is it a filled embroidery design? When they're asking, is it filled? That means, is the design completely nothing but stitches? There's no spacing or holes in that design. If it is a fill design, chances are that design is high. It's a very high count stitch. Usually high count stitches, it requires a strong stabilizer. And that's when you would use a heavy stabilizer, okay? So I have some samples of some clothes that I have embroidered that I want to show you. And I'm going to tell you the type of stabilizers. I should have put it up here. That I used when I did these clothes, okay? So anyway, let me start with this one. I went to Target because, jean jackets are very, very popular. That is one jacket that I feel will never, ever go out of style. It will always be in style, I remember growing up and my cousins and everybody would be wearing jean jackets. And even today, people still wear the jean jackets, right? So anyway, I remember the Gap. The Gap was a big thing. So I went to Target and I bought a nice jean jacket, right? And I own for those of you that know, I own a Tesla, right? And I love my car. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And I like to advertise my Tesla, right? So I like to embroider the Tesla emblem on my shirts and on my baseball hats and all that kind of stuff, right? So I wanted a jean jacket with the Tesla emblem on it, right? So I went and I got this and I embroidered it with my Tesla emblem. I'm going to put my water right over here so I don't spill it. And I put down some of my stabilizers. So I'm going to show you up front so you can see how it came out. Now, this came out perfect, okay? There is no puckering or anything on there, okay? But I want you to understand, though, it's a jean. This is denim, okay? Denim is very, very strong fabric. So it does not stretch, okay? And when you wash it, it doesn't like shrink or anything like that. So when you have a fabric that's like this, very tightly and strong, right? This is I use cutaway. So this is the inside of it, okay? And it's cutaway. Now, when I was talking about filled embroidery designs, okay? This is considered a fill embroidery design. Because if you look at it, these are all complete stitches, even here, okay? There's no spacing or anything. The only space that you see is around here. This area here is where you see spaces, okay? But if you look on here, this is all complete. So that's what I mean when I'm talking about is the embroidery design filled, okay? Because if it doesn't have like spaces and stuff like that, then it's a heavy design. And that means there's a lot of stitches that are going into this design. So you're going to need a heavy stabilizer. If I was to put this on a t-shirt, then a tearaway stabilizer is not going to work. I mean, I can try it, but what's going to happen is it's going to pucker, okay, because of all of the stitches that it's doing, especially going to pucker around this area right here, okay? So, I hope that's helping to make sense a little bit, okay? But anyway, I'm kind of jumping around a little bit, but, I wanted to I had a piece of paper. I thought I printed it out. I didn't. Okay. All right. I'm going to, okay. So I'm going to tell you. Basically, there are 4 main types of stabilizers, okay? So like like going back, stabilizer, okay? It's used to support the fabric that that's used during the embroidery stitching process, okay? And it keeps your fabric from puckering and stretching, and moving, okay? So there are main types of stabilizers. You have cutaway, you have tearaway, you have water solubles, okay? And those are for delicate designs, okay? They're also known as toppers, okay? The plastic ones, they're water and they also have the heat, okay? And they have backing stabilizer. So there's really not that much to pick. So if you really think about it, when you're talking stabilizer, you just have cutaway, tearaway, and topping. It's really those are the main 3. Now you do hear about other ones, okay, that help to support the fabric when you are embroidering. Like here's one called mesh. Now mesh is something that it's kind of woven, okay? It's lightweight, And I thought I had one that was open. I do. Here it is. Okay. It's lightweight. Let me see if I can tell. Okay. This has adhesive on it. Okay. It has a little shiny part. See, I guess you can see that there's a little shiny, and it's woven. And this is no-show mesh. Now, the way people use this is, let's say you have a t-shirt and you have a design that has a lot of stitches on it, okay? You're gonna have puckering and stuff. So what people will do is you use this no-show mesh, and you iron it on the area that you are going to stitch. Then you use your regular, cutaway, depending on the design, and this is going to be a really, really difficult topic to try to express, to you guys, because see, there's just so many factors that go into embroidering. Okay. So I don't know if I'm explaining it correctly, but I do want to show you, at least let me show you what I use and how I use it. And hopefully this helps. Okay. The no-show mesh is like t-shirts. When I use this, I cut it out. It's sticky. This is the shiny side. You see how it's shiny? Put this on the shirt, and then I just iron it on. Then I take cutaway stabilizer also, and I use cutaway stabilizer. So that way I have a good solid surface. Okay. Now the reason why I use this is because when you have stretchy fabric, what happens is you don't want the fabric to shift while your machine is embroidering on the thread. Okay. If it starts to shift, that is when you are going to experience the puckering. That's when you're going to see that, when you're done, you're going to see that certain areas are like crunched up a little bit. So you want to try to prevent that, because what you want is a smooth design. So that is when I use this. Okay. Now, there is something that I want to tell you guys, okay, because I know all of this is going to get confusing and stuff. I found a really, really good article. It's called Fabrics. This article, if you Google it, okay, Fabrics 101 Stabilizer and Design Guide. If you look at this, it tells you the fabric, the type of stabilizer, the design, and the needle. Okay. Now, when I was looking at this list, the needle was a 75-11 size, which is the basic embroidery needle. Okay. Now, when looking through this, though, there was one portion in here when it came to the jersey knit. If you have jersey knit fabric, that is when they tell you to use another needle. Okay. Which is like the 1070 and the 1280. And of course, if you leather is an 80-12 leather needle. That's what you would use, and it's cutaway. It tells you right here the type of of stabilizer that you need, along with the type of fabric that you're using. So this I found, and I had to print it out. So I recommend, if you go in there and you you search Google Fabrics 101 Stabilizer and Design Guide, you're going to see this pop up. And then what you can do is just print it out, staple it, keep it by your machine, because this is what I use. And then what happens is, when I have something that people want me to embroider, I look at what type of fabric it is, and then I look it up in here, and it tells me exactly what is the recommended stabilizer, and then the type of design, okay, and then also the needle, and then you should be good to go. Okay, so this in itself is very, very helpful. Okay, but I do want to show you some of the things and products that I've used that work for me, and how how they kind of work. Okay, now I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the weight, okay, of stabilizers, because I did some research about this. Okay. Oh, can you type it here? I'm sorry, guys. Okay. Yes. I'm going to type it in the chat box. the article, okay, so that you guys can, it's Fabrics 101 Stabilizer and Design Guide, okay? I just saw Miss Smiles. Hey, Miss Smiles. I just saw that she posted. Can I type it here? There you go. Okay. Google that and you'll see the article. And then just print that out. Like I said, staple it, keep it by your machine, and you're good to go. It's going to help you out a lot. Okay. It really, really will. I wanted to talk to you also because what I did today is because I knew I was going to talk about stabilizers and stuff. I wanted to research the internet and search some articles and stuff to see what is it that people out there are recommending and what is the basic rule of thumb, okay? This is something that I found in regards to the weight of the stabilizers, okay? When you're using cutaway, sometimes they have, of course, the 3 different weights. They have the heavy, they have the medium, and they have the light. Now, the light is soft to the touch, comfortable, wearable. Then they say, they said use it for lightweight to medium count applications, okay? They said the best things that you can use that for is fleece wear, heavy fleece wear, nylon jackets, windbreakers, turtleneck shirts, and caps, okay, knit caps. If you have a medium stabilizer, okay, usually that's for like a medium stitch count. Now, the problem that I have with these articles is that, you know, they say stitch count, but nowhere was I able to find what is the definition of what do they consider a medium stitch count and what do you consider a high stitch count. So the only thing I could come up with was anything over maybe 36,000 or something. Just look at the design. If it looks like a very dense design and it has it's very filled, that to me would be a high, considered high. If you have something that's kind of filled, but it also has like little gaps, you know, then it would probably be a medium. Like the one that I did on my jacket with the Tessa thing, I consider that a medium. Okay. And then a light, I would consider that as an applique, you know, an applique design, because what you're doing is you're just really stitching and you're putting fabric on top or vinyl and stuff, and then you're stitching around it and stuff. So, you know, and then for heavy stabilizer is they say high stitch counts. Okay, so that's the different weights of the stabilizer and stuff. I hope I am making sense to you guys. I really do and stuff. And let me go down the chat box a little bit to see if I confused anybody. Okay, because and hello to everybody out there and stuff, because I know there was a big interest for this video and stuff. So I know there's a lot of people. Hey, Robin. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Melissa. How you doing? Hey, Ruth. Hey, Susan. Hey, Harley. Hey, Danielle. Let's see. Okay, can you type it there? It turned out beautiful. Okay, no questions yet. All right, but I hope, please, put it in the chat. If I am confusing you guys, because as I'm talking to you guys, I am browsing the chat, okay? So if I confused you with anything, let me know, okay? And if I don't know the answer right now, I will let you know I don't know the answer right now, and I will look it up, and then I will put it on the description of this video, okay? So that you guys know, okay? But let me show you some of the stuff that I embroidered. Now, I showed you the jean jacket, okay? You guys have also seen this. I did my embroidery happy hour. Now, this is a t-shirt. It's a canvas Bella canvas t-shirt, okay? And it's 100% cotton, but it's very, very soft. And as you can see, the fabric is very, you know, it's a stretchy fabric, okay? So what did I use for this? Okay, now, I used cutaway stabilizer, okay? And then I used a topping in the back. And what I mean by topping is, you know, the topping that covers the center. I'll turn it inside out so you guys can see. But anyway, look at the embroidery design on this one, okay? This is not, in my opinion, I do not consider this high density, okay? And I'm going to tell you why. There is a lot of spaces between the stitches. I'm going to try to put this really close so you can see. So as you can see, like right here in the spool, there's a lot of spaces here. There's a lot of spaces between the flowers. There's a lot of spaces between the lettering. If you look at the scissors, there's a lot of spacing too. So I don't consider this a high density embroidery. But I used cutaway, okay? And then what I did was, I probably didn't do it on this one because it's mine, and I didn't. Okay, well, if this was for a customer, because this is just for me, so I just use the cutaway and it doesn't bother me. This doesn't bother me. But if I was sending this to a customer, what I would do is, you know, the no-show mesh, okay? You can cut this and then I would iron this on top, right? And then just cut it just so that this could cover it. So that way, you know, you don't see the backing of the stitches and stuff. But, you know, there's that's like tender touch. I think you guys heard of it. They call it tender touch. And then they also have something called over the back. Here's over the back. I bought this from Amazon. And it's from World Wiener. It's probably not Wiener, and I'm saying it wrong. I will put these links, okay? I've been getting a lot of my stabilizers from Amazon, okay? This right now is the over the back. The reason why I got this is I want to try it out. I usually get the tender touch. Now, tender touch is very, very good. It's very lightweight, and it does feel good. However, though, it can get pricey. That's the problem that I have with silky products. They do get kind of pricey and stuff. Now, this is the water soluble stabilizer that I use for on top of towels. Like I said, this is pricey. So I went on Amazon and then I bought these rolls. And these are okay. They work. They do work. So I kind of, you know, I would buy them. I'll put the link down below. They were cheaper and I felt that I got more. So if you see, and I've been using this a lot. I've used this a lot. So it was thicker. Okay. So I feel like I get more topping from here than if I was to get it from here. Here, I just feel that, yeah, it's a little longer, but I just didn't think it was really worth the extra money. I mean, they were good, but it's just, I'm all about the dollar, you know. As long as it can function and it does what I need it to do, I'm fine. I don't need the name brand, you know, that's just me, okay? So, but anyway, let me go back. I'm all over the place. I'm always all over the place. Jesus, I try to get organized and I just don't. But anyway, that's the shirt. I did cutaway. And remember, I've said it in certain videos too. I like to do cutaway with most of my embroidery. And the reason why is especially with clothes. People are washing the clothes. And remember, when I looked up the definition of why people are using stabilizers, it's to stabilize the fabric while you are threading it, okay? But the thing is also you have to remember that the stabilizer keeps the thread intact, okay? And when you are washing something and you're washing it several times, if you use a tearaway or something like that, that's going to dissolve. It's going to go away. And then once it goes away, then that is the thread doesn't really have that stabilization in the shirt anymore. And then it's going to crumble up. And then what's going to happen is you know, after maybe like the third or fourth wash, right? If you make a shirt for someone and stuff, and then it starts to crumble up, then people are going to get pissed off. They're going to be like, oh, look, you know. So you don't want that. You always want your products to really come out looking nice, and you know, you want them to be durable. So my rule of thumb has always been, if it's something that you wear that you wash a lot, then I would use cutaway. Okay. Now, like with the jean jacket, okay, I was fine with using tearaway because jean jackets, you know, you wash them, yeah, but I don't throw them in the wash every week and stuff. And this is not stretchy fabric, okay? This is stable, okay? This is very, very strong fabric. So the thread, you know, as the fabric isn't going to stretch, it's not really going to, it's going to give it enough support for the thread. I guess that's what I mean. It's the fabric is thick enough that when you embroider on it, the thread is going to be fine. It's not going to go, it's not going to fray or be all over the place and stuff like that. So, you know, just something, a little rule of thumb. Okay. Now, I do want to show you something though. You're going to find this interesting. When I did my Tesla jacket, okay, of course, I really liked the way that came out. And as like I said, I like to wear my car. I love it, okay? I said I want a hoodie. I want a hoodie that has the same thing, that has Tesla on it, okay? So guess what? I used tearaway when I did my hoodie. Now, first it came out really good. But guess what? You wash this more often. Now, if you were to, I don't know if you can see it on the camera. I'm going to try to show you guys this so that you guys can see. I'm hoping you can. If you look, you could kind of see, maybe you can't, but let me see. It's kind of like, I don't know. You could tell that it bunched up. I don't know if you guys can see it, but if you know, I can feel it. It's kind of bunching. See, I guess maybe I don't know if you guys can see, but it's kind of like bunchy, right? It kind of curves in, right? It's not like a flat thing. So anyway, I don't. Okay, I think you can see it here, but see, it's kind of bunchy. See, so that's because it's very dense. Okay, this is high density on this area. Okay, I use cutaway, so of course when I washed it, everything dissolves. Let me turn it inside out and see what it looks like. No, I'm wrong. I used cutaway. I didn't use tearaway. And you know what I should have did? I should have used 2. Because, look, I used the cutaway, but evidently this was not heavy enough for this design. Because see how it's curving in here? See? That shouldn't happen. So this is a lesson learned for me, because now I know that if I have a hoodie and I'm using the cutaway, use 2 sheets. And I'm going to try that. I'm going to try to use 2 sheets. I should have turned this over before. I didn't know that. So, okay. So I figured, okay. So, and you could tell my tension was kind of off on this, but it's for me anyway. So, but yeah, my tension wasn't that good on this shirt either and stuff. Maybe I'm washing it wrong. Okay, so maybe that's something else that I got to look into. Maybe when you do embroidery, there's a particular way you need to wash these clothes and stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. With think of a facial mask. What? Okay, hold on. Can you type it here? Okay. He Miss Smiles. Can you post a link for others? Yeah, I'll find it and then I will put it on the thing. All this, I mean, I know this is a lot and I am going to post all of this information on the video. So don't worry, okay? Um what is the name again? Okay. Oof. Okay, World Wiener. Did I spell that right? Okay. There you go. I found that off of Amazon. Okay, that's the stabilizer that I've been using for the backing instead of using the tender touch. Okay, because tender touch can get pricey. It really can. I mean, it's good. It's just that it costs a lot. And I'm trying to use this so that save a little money on the side because I feel like you get more too. That's another thing too. When you get tender touch, see, you don't get you get up in these tubes, and it doesn't look like you get a lot. So when I went on Amazon, I ordered these. This was this right here is 10 yards. So I was kind of like, I felt like you got more for your money on that and stuff. So yeah, okay. Tear away under the cutaway for teen. Miss Mouse, that's another thing too. Maybe I should have done that for this. Maybe I should have put tear away and then cutaway. I gotta play with this. So as you see, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. When it comes to stabilizer, it's just so much that you really have to play around with it, honestly, because sometimes every article that I looked at didn't really give me the same information. So it wasn't like really cut and dry. So and I think it's because there are so many things that you have to consider. The type of fabric, the design, how many stitches are in that design, and then you have to look at what stabilizer you can use to make sure that it comes out really good. So, but this is a sweatshirt that I did. Now, I also did, and I think you guys seen this other sweatshirt that I like wearing, my Boricua Sewing and Crafts. Now, this one is perfect, I mean, and I've washed this several times, okay? And I have no puckering. I have nothing feels funny and stuff. And this, I just use cutaway. Did I? It's been so long. I don't remember. Yep, this was cutaway too. This was cutaway just like I did the Tesla. But I think what happened with the Tesla is that design is more dense. So this is all cutaway, okay? And, I didn't put any topping on it because, of course, it's for me. But if it was for someone else, I would put a cover on it, okay? Because it does make it look neater when you put a covering on top of it. But this is cutaway. And when I cut, I like to just cut around it. I try to stay away from the stitches and stuff, as much as I can because I know that this is what provides support. So it's just something, that, I use whenever it comes to clothes, I do cutaway. Okay, now towels. Towels, I do sticky stabilizer with a topping. Okay, now let me show you also, let me show you what I have here. I got all this stuff here. Okay. All right. I got my sticky stabilizer. Okay. Sticky stabilizer is, I love this stuff. I love this stuff for when you are floating your items. Okay. And this is very good for onesies, t-shirts also. Even though I do prefer the cutaway, but if you get good sticky stabilizer, you should be fine too. If you do use this for a t-shirt or a onesie, I highly recommend that after you embroider, then what you do is you put the backing, because the backing doesn't just hide the stitches and makes it easier for the person to wear it so it doesn't rub on their skin. it also provides a little support as well. So I would do the backing on the tender touch if you can. And I don't have the tender touch. I do have it, because I know I have it because I was, I did all those towels and I did do the backing with tender touch, but I'll put the link for that too. So anyway, but sticky stabilizer, my favorite. And then I told you guys about this. This is the World Weaver. This is self-adhesive backing. Okay. This is same thing as the tender touch. So let's see. This is another thing too. This is something that I didn't do that someone told me to do, and it's a very, very good idea. So I recently started doing this. Did I? I guess I didn't. Okay. Oh, yeah, I did. Okay. All these stabilizers, after a while, they start to look the same, right? Even though they're different. And sometimes what happens is you're going to end up becoming confused like I am right now. So what she told me to do is when you take out the thing from the stabilizer, she said, put it in here. Put it in here. That way, when you are looking at your different stabilizers and you're like, oh, what is this? You can pull it out. And then like this, I know this is fusible mesh stabilizer. Okay. And, this is really good. Also, fusible mesh stabilizer. This is the super stable and stuff. This is very good for t-shirts too. I did this when I did those 36 shirts for the flooring company. I used this in the back of the shirt along with cutaway. Okay. And I liked this because it's fusible. So it's stuck to the fabric. I ironed it on and stuff. Then I put it in the machine along with cutaway. And what I like is that it sticks to the fabric. So, the fabric doesn't really like shift. And then when it started to embroider, it's nice and steady because that's kind of like what you want. That's the tricky part about embroidering stretchy fabrics, okay, is that while you're embroidering, you don't want the fabric to stretch, because if it's stretching while you're stitching, then what happens is it's going to probably disfigure the design. And then you're not going to be happy with it. And then that's when you take it out of the machine and you're going to see that you got puckering. And then you're going to be like, great, I got puckering now. So, I mean, you want the fabric to be as stable, as still as possible while that machine is sewing up the design on the fabric. Okay. And, so this is, okay. Oh, okay. I got too much. All right. Okay. I talked to you about the backing. Okay. Sticky stabilizer. We talked about sticky stabilizer. Sticky stabilizer, great for floating your items, towels and stuff like that. Big items that you want to just float. Perfect. Okay. Another thing, let me give you a little tip about sticky stabilizer too. This can be kind of pricey, the sticky stabilizer. Okay. This is something else that I've done. Sometimes you can take like two sheets of tearaway fabric, stabilizer, tearaway stabilizer. And this is the stabilizer that I usually buy. I buy the sheets. I buy the big sheets. I get these off of Amazon too. I think they come a pack of maybe 100 or 200. I'm not sure. I don't remember. I've had this for quite some time. And they're pretty cool. Take if you don't have sticky stabilizer, okay, and you want to float something, all right, then what you do is take this and get temporary adhesive, spray adhesive, okay. I have this, the KK 2000, okay. Take this, spray it on here, and there's your sticky stabilizer. Okay? I mean, it's just because what you want is for the fabric to stick. So I'm going to be honest, sticky stabilizer is very, very good because the whole thing is sticky. So when you lay the fabric down and it's, on the thing, I mean, it's every piece. When you're doing it with this, you can spray, but, it's all you got. But, you just do the best you can with what you have. So, I mean, it'll work, but, it's going to stay, but you do have to watch it. It's just know that if you use this method, it's really not as strong as if you had actually sticky stabilizer, but it's just an alternative if you don't have it. Okay. Cause I mean, embroidery could get expensive. People really don't realize this, threads cost money. All the stabilizers cost money. Your needles cost money. The machine costs money. Your time costs money too. I mean, it's your time. So, all this can add up. So that's why, to me, whenever I'm buying my stuff, I always try to think, how can I get the best bang for my buck all the time? Which is why, like, I liked the silky. I do. But the thing is that for the price and the amount that you're getting, which to me, it's, I don't know. I mean, you get more, so if I get more, this is going to last longer. Okay. So, I mean, I'm not like I said, I'm not name brand specific. What works is what works. So, to me, this is going to last me a lot longer than if I was to use this, so it's just, something to think about. That's all, so, and we talked about the toppings. Okay. So it's just, so we got the sticky stabilizers, talked to you about that. And I also gave you an alternative. If you don't have sticky stabilizer, get, and you don't have to get this one. Okay. Just get any type of temporary spray adhesive. Okay. Go on Amazon, type up temporary spray adhesive. Just look at the reviews. The reviews are actually very, very good. Whenever I'm buying anything for embroidery, I always check out the reviews to see, are a lot of people complaining about it? Do they say good things? So, and then just buy one. Just buy one. That's it. Just to see if it works out. There you go. You got yourself a product. And if it doesn't, at least you didn't spend that much money. You didn't like buy a whole bunch and stuff like that. So, but this seems to work. But the only thing that I don't like about this is that it comes in a small little bottle. Now it has lasted me though. It has. So, but it's just, but I have other temporary spray adhesives. I just don't use that one either. So, so anyway, that's toppings. So for toppings, I get this off of, just look, embroidery toppings. I will put the links below of the products that I put. I promise. I'm going to go through my Amazon account and I will get all of the ones that I have purchased so that you can see which ones I've gotten. Okay. But you're going to see that, you guys are going to be like, damn, Jeanette should be going for the cheap stuff. But you know what? Cheap stuff that works. Okay. Keep that money in your pocket. Why are you giving it away? So anyway. So that's for toppings, okay? And this is the sticky stabilizer also. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you also, this is the no-show mesh, okay? I get all of this stuff on Amazon. This has texture on it. Let me take it out of here so you can see. This has some kind of texture on it, and it has adhesive on it. Hope you guys can see it. But this is like really good for, like I said, t-shirts and stuff like that. If you have some very, very stretchy, put put a light stabilizer. You just got to make sure that it's stable. So I like to use these because I know that it's kind of like putting a sticky stabilizer on a shirt, and I use this and then I use cutaway, and stuff. So, because my whole thing is you want your stuff to look good. Okay. Also, you can buy stabilizer pre-cut. Okay. I stopped doing that, and I'm going to tell you guys why. The reason why I don't like buying it pre-cut is because sometimes I find that you're paying more. And the reason why you're paying more is because they cut it for you. And I started to buy them like this now. Okay. In rolls. Okay. This right here is tearaway stabilizer. Okay. I prefer to buy them in rolls because I can cut them myself. I can cut them to the size that I want them. Okay. It's a lot cheaper when you don't buy the pre-cuts. When you buy the pre-cuts, you're actually paying for them to cut it for you. Okay. So they're going to, you're going to charge you more. It's kind of like when you go to Wegmans, you go to the supermarket, and you can buy your regular carrots and then you can cut them up and they cost a certain amount. But then you go and you look at a bag of carrots that are like already cut up and they're like double, triple the price. So it's like that. You know what I mean? So to me, if you don't want to deal with cutting them, then okay. Okay. But to me, I mind paying the extra money. So I'll take the roll, thank you. So this is tearaway. And here's another one that I bought. See, I've been getting all the rolls. This is not tearaway. This is cutaway. And I have been getting the big rolls of the cutaway. This is the heavy. And I got this off of Amazon too. A lot of stabilizers I noticed come in the color of white. You can get black stabilizer. I've seen them available at allstitch.com. But I really haven't found it necessary to get black stabilizer. So, I don't know. Let me tell you something else too. Someone at one time, here's my tender touch. Someone at one time mentioned water soluble topping, this stuff, right? They said, I don't like the residue that it leaves. Well, there are two types of these toppings that you can buy. You can buy the water one and you can buy the heat one. I also have the heat one. I bought the heat one from All Stitch, and this is the heat one, okay? And I'm going to be honest with you, the heat one to me is more thick. It's thicker. But what I do like about this is what you do with this one is you put it on top of your item and you embroider on top of it. And then when you're done, what you do is you just take your iron and you iron the embroidery. This actually melts away. Now, it does not damage your iron or anything, but it just dissolves. It goes away. So for those that don't like the water soluble one, because they say, hey, when I try to get the water out, it leaves a kind of a residue. I remember someone had left a post, and I think it may have been Barbara or someone, I'm not sure. They said they have a little trick where they use a tennis ball. They use a tennis ball, and then what they do is they wet the tennis ball. And they take the tennis ball and they put it over the embroidery design where they use the water soluble topping. And what the tennis ball does is it lifts all of the residue off of it. So they just take it, they wet it, and then they just roll it on top, and then it gets rid of all of that. So that's a tip you can use to get rid of the topping. Okay. Some people just, use a Q-tip, or they use a spray bottle and then they spray on it and then they just, brush it off. But she suggested using a tennis ball, which I thought, oh, that's pretty smart, you know, because if you think about it, tennis ball has this little texture thing. And you could just, you know, she says she takes it, wraps it around a little towel or something, wets it, and then just rolls it over. And I was like, that's a neat idea. But if you don't like the water soluble, you can get the heat one. And the heat one, I did get it from All Stitch. When I picked it up, see, this is another one. This is how it comes, okay? And it is pretty thick. This is pretty thick, and I do like it. You know, the only thing, it's pricey, okay? And I don't like spending my money too much. So I bought two, okay? So I kind of use it sparsely, depending on what I'm working on, okay? If it's something for a customer, then yes, I would use this, okay? Because the thing is, the last thing you want is to make something for a customer and then you end up with a bad review. But if it's something for me or something for, you know, a friend that I know, it's a friend, you know, they're close enough that if something happens, I can make them another one, you know, then I'll use the water soluble, okay? So, you know, it's just know that the option is out there. So if you don't want, you know, if you don't like this one, you can always go get the heat. Now, these are kind of hard to find. I was not able to find it on Amazon. I'll look again and see if I can find them on Amazon. But I did find these on allstitch.com. And, you know, as you can see, you really don't get a lot, okay? You don't get that much. So, but they are good. You know, I mean, these are really, really good. I mean, you know, I was amazed. Okay, so I was kind of like, because at first I was kind of like, is it going to mess up my iron? Is it going to, you know, do a bunch? Nope, it didn't mess up my iron or anything. It worked out really, really good. So it's just another option out there for you guys, you know, if you're interested. Okay, so, you know, just wanted to throw it out there. Okay, so let me see, what else do I have here? Okay, tearaway stabilizers. I started to, well, these are the pre-cut. I had bought pre-cut, okay, and I do use the pre-cut, but I'm going to be honest, when these pre-cuts are done, I'm not buying any more pre-cut because, like I said, you're paying for them to cut this for you. I can cut my own stuff, you know. So I went and I started to buy the rolls, okay. So this is the roll of the tearaway. As you can see, you know, I started to tear it away. But I noticed this is heavy. This is the heavy one. And I do like this one because it's very, very thick and stuff. I will put the link on there before. This is where I messed up, guys. When I buy my stabilizer, it's like I open it and I threw away the labels, okay? I will be able to tell you what I bought, okay? Because most of this stuff, I picked it up from Amazon, and all I have to do is just go through my orders and stuff, and I will put all the information on this video, I promise. But because I do like this stuff, and you know, I want to tell you, you know, so if you guys want to buy it, you can. But you know, so I know I'm probably all over the place, and I'm confusing you guys and stuff because it's just, man, it's a lot, okay? But one thing for sure, I am going to link where I found this article, okay? This is really, really, really good, okay? Because, oh boy, because, oh, I don't know what's up with my machine. I hope you guys aren't going like that. Anyway, you know, I think I was hitting my mouse and stuff. Sorry. This article is really, really good, and I wanted to share this with you guys because, oh, it's the mouse pad. Okay, got it. Okay, sorry, guys. Because what I really liked about this article is that every time, you know, it, like I said, it lists the fabric, it lists the type of stabilizer, the design, and the needle. And, you know, like I said, when it comes to embroidery, there is just so much you have to think about, and people really don't realize that. You know, you have to really focus on your design. You got to focus on your fabric. You got to focus on the needle and stuff, and the time it's going to take, the stitch count. Is it open embroidery design? Is it a filled embroidery design and stuff? And you guys are all the way at the bottom of my screen. Sorry, it's I'm a mess today. I really am. I was trying so hard to get you guys all this info, and it's just so much out there. Okay, so that's why I was like, I think the best way to do this is to honestly give you the links of some of the articles that I found so that you guys can see what works best for you. Because I'm going to be honest, every article that I have read, they have said that, use this. And then you read another article and they say, use this. So really, it's like Robin posted out there, trial and error. She's right. I mean, you have to, and the thing is too, your machine counts. Okay. Your machine, the SE 1900 will stitch different from another machine. So there's just so many different things that you have to think about. So, I just wanted to put it out there. And what I will do is I'll make sure that I share all this stuff with you guys. I hope that I didn't confuse you guys with this video. I mean, I know it's a lot. I mean, because I myself do not have all the answers, but I do want to share with at least some of the stuff that I found that worked with, for me, may work for you and stuff. And I also wanted to, because I know my hour is almost up with you guys, I do want to share some thoughts with you guys also. I was looking at some of the comments in the embroidery happy hour group, okay? And I saw that, some of you guys really are doing such a great job at uplifting each other. And I really am so happy to see that. And I do see that some of you guys also, get a little, I notice sometimes you guys are like, oh, I messed up. And I could tell you guys are feeling a little down and stuff. Please know that, don't feel that way. We all screw up. We all make mistakes. We all learn. Learning is a process, okay? And don't be afraid of the failure, because when you fail, it's when you learn, and that's when you become more successful, Don't give up on anything. And that's not just embroidery. I'm telling you, for everything in life. For a long time, me personally, I was afraid of failure for quite some time. You think about, you don't want to look like a fool. You don't want, people to think you're dumb, and so like, no. Forget everybody, forget the world out there. Do your thing, stay focused. You got this, okay? I mean, a lot of you guys bought this machine because you love the craft. You want to do it. Do it. You're going to make mistakes. Learn from it. Embrace it. You're going to be fine. Just ask for the help in the group. If I can't respond to you, the other group members will respond to you. We're all in this together. We're going to, my hope is that I create a group where we can all really learn to love what we do and help each other out. And, I am so happy whenever I see that somebody bought the machine. I know the excitement that you're feeling. I know that you're excited because it's a whole new world that you're exploring. And I know also that you're going to, have little roadblocks, and that's okay. It's okay. It's just a temporary roadblock. You're going to have problems with the machine. Your needles are going to break. Sometimes you're going to have nesting. Sometimes you're going to thread it wrong. Sometimes you're going to use the wrong stabilizer. Sometimes you're going to know that you have the wrong type of fabric, and that's okay. It's all right. It's no big deal. I mean, that is how you learn, and that is how you get better every day. So anyway, let me see. I just want to go down some of the the comments because I always try to go through some of these comments here to see if I can try to answer any questions and stuff. Miss Smile, hey Harley, how you doing? And okay, what do you think of facial mask? Ooh, okay. If you are talking about when you're talking about embroidery fast, I know people are doing it. Me personally, I have not embroidered face masks. I haven't done that. But if you are going to embroider a face mask, I would use, depending again on the fabric and the design. If you have a design, it's very tense, use cutaway. Because the face mask, I think they're going to wash that a lot. They're going to throw it in the washing machine a lot. So you don't want the design to crunch up. So I would use cutaway. If your design is very, very thick, Harley, then use the cutaway. Shouldn't be a lot. I mean, what do we talk about? A face mask? So a face mask is, you're probably going to use just a little bit of cutaway. So I would say do that. Okay. And then what I would do is I would just double layer the fabric. So that way you'll have a piece of fabric covering the cutaway stabilizer and stuff. And then they don't see it. They just see the beautiful design on the outside. And then when you look inside the mask, you just have another fabric on top. So I would just double layer the mask. I would just, that's how I would do it, if I was doing it and stuff. So I hope that helps and stuff. Miss Miles, don't worry. I will put all the information on here. That's the first thing I'm going to do as soon as I get off the thing. Carlette says she used weave interface. I think that is similar to no-show mesh. And Carlette, if I'm wrong, let me know. Okay? Because I will look that up. Okay, have I done patches? I have done some patches, yes. I've created them in Brilliance. You do a little shape, and then how I've done the patches is I embroider on felt. I use felt fabric. Okay, you go to Michael's, you can get felt for about, I think, like they're cheap. It's been a while since I've done them, but I think they're really cheap. I think they're not even like $1 and stuff. So I would get that, and then I would broader on top of the felt, and then I would just cut it, and then I would do heat and bond on it, and then I would just, glue it on the shirt or the jacket and stuff. That's how I would do that. Okay. So, say, I don't like how the edges look. Miss Miles, I think when you did the patches on the edges, there is a special way that you can cut the edges so that it looks smooth and stuff. And I saw a video, and I will get you that video. Don't worry. And I will send it to you. Okay. Let's see. Tender Touch. Yeah, everybody loves Tender Touch and stuff. Oh, the font is lovely. Oh, well, Colette, the font is Maya #2 Stitchtopia.com. Stitchtopia.com is a beautiful place for fonts. I'm telling you, when you go over there and you see that website, you're going to be like, oh, they got the most gorgeous fonts. So that's a good place to go and stuff. I did kitchen towels, and I used basting spray, broke my needle. Now I have metallic things. Yep, see, she's learning. Miss Smiles. But see, I never had that happen to me on the kitchen towels and stuff. But I've heard about that sometimes the glue gets on your needle and stuff. So I've heard about that and stuff. Let me see. Hey, lady, how you doing? Hey, Iris, how are you? Hey, Robin, Mary Beth. And I think we're good. All right, guys. I know that I probably confused the crap out of you guys, because as you can see, I got a bunch of, and it didn't help that whenever I bought these, I threw out the label. So, but I am going to put all of the links on this video so you guys can see what stabilizer I bought. So as you can see, I do have a lot because I have been doing a lot of trial and error. And it's just something that, it is not easy. It is not an easy thing to find the right stabilizer for the right fabric, okay? But I really liked this guide. And like I said, I printed it out, I stapled it, and I keep it right by my embroidery machine. So whenever I am embroidering something, I always look at the type of fabric that I'm using, the design and everything, and this kind of helps me figure it out. So this I will definitely be linking along with all the other products that I have done on this video and stuff. So that way you guys can, print this out also and, keep this by your machine as well. This has been very, very helpful. I mean, it has everything. It has silk, burlap, cotton, leather, linen, microfiber. I mean, all the different types of fabric that you can think of, and it tells you exactly what you need and stuff. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me this Friday and stuff. Like I said, I am so sorry because I know this is this is a confusing topic. I hope I didn't confuse you more. But every Friday at 8 o'clock, I will be going live to talk to you guys about anything that I learned or any helpful tips and stuff for me to share with you guys. So I hope you do like this video, and I hope you give it a thumbs up. And if this is your first time watching my channel, please subscribe. I love to do videos on embroidery. I love teaching people, and I love sharing what I learned. So this is just something that, I like doing. And I also have a Facebook group, which is, Happy Embroidery Hour, Happy Hour Embroidery Adventures. And, it's a nice place for everybody to talk about the projects they're working on and any issues they're having and provide advice and everything. So I hope you guys, enjoyed, like I said, enjoy this video and stuff. And I am going to sign off now, and I am going to get on my Amazon account, and I'm going to get you guys all those links of all these stabilizers, so that way you guys know exactly what I have right in front of me. Okay, so I hope you guys are doing well. Please stay safe out there, and enjoy your weekend, enjoy your machines, and have fun embroidering. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Love you all. Bye.